So, the winter solstice is upon us once again, and once again I want to talk to you guys a little bit about a meditation that I created a number of years ago called Creating the Sunchild. And this is a seasonal celebration for the winter solstice, excuse me, and it actually goes along with a number of other meditations for the equinoxes and the solstices. At the winter solstice, we have Creating the Sunchild. At the spring equinox, we have the marriage of the sun and the earth. At the summer solstice, we have the Hermetic garden. And at the autumnal equinox, we have the harvest of light. And basically, these four meditations form a set of seasonal rituals similar to you might find in the sort of greater sabbats of witchcraft or among a lot of older traditions, and in fact they go along with several holidays in a number of different religions. When I created these meditations, I really wanted to create a universal tool that would have a couple of different purposes. First of all, it would become a magical battery that basically by doing this meditation, we're connecting our energies together and collectively raising the wavelength of all of our energies so that we get more sort of magical juice out of our lives in general and out of connecting with higher consciousness in particular. And I'll explain to you in a few minutes exactly what that means. But I also wanted to create a set of sort of rituals, so to speak, that would connect my students and anyone who wants to participate in a general sense in a greater community that isn't necessarily physically connected, but is spiritually connected by doing these little meditations together. Now, Creating the Sunchild is actually the shortest of them. It's only 20 minutes long, so in 20 minutes of time, you can actually get a huge amount of benefit in your life. Moving forward, as well as in the experience itself. It's quite a moving meditation in a lot of ways, and I've discovered over the years that it's actually become much more palpable. The more that I've done it, and the more that other people have participated, when I do the meditation, it's very much there. It's already sort of happening, and I jump into it. I remember the first time it was sort of tentative, and the visualizations were a little bit harder to connect with. But now it's just boom there, and it may just be because I've done it a number of times, but there's a very strong sense of it. Literally hundreds of people have done this cycle of meditations with me, and we're all sort of connected together in this wonderful way that's very it's personal and yet impersonal. You don't have to be a part of my community to participate in it, and yet you can get a lot of benefit from it. So I've talked about this before, but I thought I would just go through kind of the nuts and bolts of what this meditation really is about, and also maybe a little bit about where you can go with it after that. So to begin with, the recording utilizes a lot of my sounds that I've put into my audio meditations for the past several years, which are different pitches and vibrations of sounds that go along with the different sort of planetary and Sephirotic energies. And so throughout the recording, they're changing and they're going along with them. And this is really kind of this particular recording is the seed of all the others. And so if you listen to this recording, you're going to be sort of keying into my sort of magical sound system and implanting that in your consciousness so that if you use others of my recordings, you're going to get a lot of benefit from it. And that's one of the really practical applications of this particular set of meditations. But on a more spiritual level, it opens you up to a lot of different energies in a very short period of time. So basically what happens is, in the beginning of it, you imagine, or literally you can, if you want to do it at sunset on the solstice, you imagine watching the last rays of the sun going down behind the horizon. And at that moment, you hold out your hands and you gather some of that light into your hands and you let it spread into your body so that you can become sort of the seed of a new sun being reborn. And then you allow that light to travel up out of your head and out into the space just beyond the atmosphere, where there's a giant globe of light that is sort of the egg of the sun child that is to come, and you send your beam of light that you've gathered from the sun into that egg, and at the same time you realize that hundreds of other people are also doing that at the same time. So there's all these tendrils of light that are coming from all over the world that are going up into this globe of light, and the globe of light then splits. And it becomes eventually, through a number of splits, an embryo of a sun child. And at that point, we begin to put Sephirotic energy into it. We start with Keter and we put the energy of unity, and we go through each of the Sephiroth with different energies, and basically you put energy in to of the type that is related to it, and at the same time you receive that energy back even more so, because you're putting the energy in and you're raising the wavelength of the whole thing, and you can feel it coming down the line and actually empowering you in each of these ways to a greater degree than was there at first. And through each of the Sephiroth, you end up moving to the Sunchild grows a little bit more, and the embryo grows until it becomes this sort of child of light, which is a universal symbol of the rebirth of the sun. And so almost anyone can participate in this, of almost any religious background, as long as it's sort of a more mystical religious background. Certainly, at least, Gnostic Christians can participate in it. Hermetic students can participate in it. The Thelemic students can participate in it. People who are involved with any form of Wicca or witchcraft that does acknowledge the god and the goddess, any of those people can participate in this in a way that it's not going to feel at all strange to do it, because it's very natural and it doesn't involve any kind of belief system or anything. It's just about these various energies. And at the end, you've got this connection with this powerful being of light, which is ultimately, you're a divine entity that you have birthed through your consciousness and the consciousness of all the people that have worked together. And it's this wonderful experience at the end, this sort of divine connection. And then you realize at the end that you can call upon this at any time and experience this light in your life at any time. So, hundreds of people have participated in this meditation and ritual. You can do a ritual at the end if you'd like to have the small ritual component, which is just a Eucharistic kind of celebration. If you'd like to have that part, contact me and I will be sure to get you the wording of it if you want, or you can just come up with your own way of doing it. But anyway, lots of people have done it, and I want to have lots more do it. I really want to see this be something that a lot of people participate in. It's really fun. It's short, and it's a delightful experience. And I thought I'd just share this painting that I made a number of years ago that is sort of the Sunchild. But I think that my artistic abilities are limited. I imagine him to be a little bit more made of light than that figure is, and perhaps I will try another time to make my actual feelings on the subject more expressed artistically. But so. In addition to this one meditation, there are actually 3 others throughout the year. And so what I want to do is I want to as much as possible give this away to you. So I'm going to in the comments field, I'm going to place a coupon that will get you 90% off of the cost of downloading this recording, which will just make it cost just a couple of dollars. Just to keep supporting me being able to offer this over and over again. So I'd love to have you be a part of it. Like I said, I'll give you that code, and that's about it. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I hope that you have a wonderful solstice, whether you participate with me or not. But I hope that you do. So talk to you later.